What are your team's critical conversations that they're having that could have the biggest impact? Because this is now where we start to get commercially focused. What are they entering into day in, day out, where their competence level is low, that if their competence level was higher, it would get them to a B+, to an A-, to an A-.
From a skill set perspective, I would say it's on the follow-up. We spend a lot of training on how to answer the first phone call, exactly what to say there. I know I need to provide better training for the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth call.
Okay. So if the first call doesn't go well, what happens?
It's a bad lead.
Okay, it's the lead's fault, right? Need the Glengarry leads, right? Need the Glengarry leads. Okay, so if it doesn't go well and what happens is somebody gets meh, which happens a fair amount on leads, right? We call people, we get like a meh response. What is the second call and the third call and the fourth call? What is the moment? You're not expected to find the answer straight away. This is a puzzle.
It's almost as if, what's the setup for the second call? It's the end of the first call.
Right. So actually what we've got is we've got two things that could be high impact moments for your team. Is how do you maintain control of the conversation when you can't help them today and get permission in order to be able to stay in touch with them? If your team could do good that when somebody says no thank you, we still keep the door slightly ajar to be able to play a longer game? Could they create a downsell to a useful addition that gives you permission to be able to make the next conversation, the next conversation, the next conversation? That would be a giant victory. How do you lose gracefully yet still stay in the game? Like somebody's like, no, I don't want to meet you for drinks. And you're like, well, could we try again in the summer? And they're like, okay, yeah, call me again in the summer. Right? Is you're not out of the game. There's still a chance. So how do you create still a chance moments as opposed to heck no moments? What difference would that make to your team? If when they're making outbound calls for prospects is they don't take a heck no as a heck no. They don't have a pile of dead leads that they're trying to better breathe back life into. They have a pile of life support leads. They're not dead, they're just, they're in the ICU or they're under some form of duress. What we got is maybe high impact moments like calling leads that other people are calling dead leads. Do you assign leads to individuals?
Yes.
If you take the leads that you've assigned to individuals and other people have said these leads are no good anymore and you give them to other people in your team and somebody resuscitates that lead, what does it do to the person that now is calling a lead a dead lead? They think twice, right? If Doug can revive a lead that I called a dead lead, then I'm a liar. Doug's just better than I am and I have to get used to it. Start looking for the moments in your team. Where are your team dropping the ball? Doug's identifying second call, but it isn't second call, it's end of first call. If you as a team can say, how do we get obnoxiously better in the pre-hang-up moment, what difference would that make to results? That would be huge. Instead we say, we just need to make more calls, we just need to make more calls.